So, students, today we will talk about the problem of an economy. How does problem occur in an economy and why the problems are recurring in an economy. See, first of all, we must understand what are the problems which is faced by every economy. So, every economy faces the problem of choice. And why does problem of choice come? Where, as we know, there are unlimited ones, limited resources which are alternative resource or alternative usage. So the main problem which arises in an economy, that is problem of choice. We can understand better with this chart. Here we are going through the problem of an economy or economic problem. First is wants and second is resources. Wants are things which must be completed or which must be satisfied by some resources. Wants are satisfied with resources. Wants is satisfied with resources. Means wants have a direct connection with the resources. And as we know, the wants are unlimited. When there is one wants complete, another wants comes up, another wants recur in nature. And other hand, resources are limited. The wants are unlimited and resources are limited. There is a connection with limited and unlimited. The wants are limited and so the resources are limited and wants are unlimited. But there is not a problem. The problem is wants are satisfied on the basis of urgency. Means that want will be satisfied which are urgent in nature. जिसकी urgency की nature है वो want satisfy करते हैं. Suppose that if you are hungry and if you are tired, आप भूखे हैं और थके हैं. So both wants will have a competition. If you are more hungry and little tired, then you will eat first. And if you are so tired, even you cannot eat, then you will sleep first, or you will perform rest first. You will do rest first. So the wants are satisfied on the scale of urgency. We measure the wants on the basis of scale of urgency. Otherwise, all the limited resources have alternative use. The resources which are limited in nature have alternative uses, such as land. Land can be used for both the things. For agriculture, growing crop, and other hand, it can be used for making residential house. Or you can say money. You can use money for eating food, or you can eat money for your entertainment. But the money is limited and it has alternative use. So the problem comes, the problem of choice, as the unlimited ones are satisfied on the basis of scale of urgency and the wants are resources are limited which are alternative use. जो wants क्या है unlimited है उनके alternative use है. So the problem comes of choice, means what to do with the resource. Means the problem is there that the land is used for agriculture, whether it is used for the making residential house. So you got to understand there is a problem of choice and how does it occur? Wants are unlimited, resources are limited. Unlimited wants are satisfied on the basis of scale of urgency, where the limited resources have alternative use. So the problem arises for the problem of choice. Okay, along with that, why the problem occur in an economy, we will talk about now the problems of an economy. Means an economy, which type of problem an economy face, and every economy almost face. The first problem is what to produce. What to produce is the one of the basic problem of each and every economy which is faced by all the economy in the world. What to produce is concerned with the which type of goods should be produced, or what product and service should be produced by the producer, and in what quantity In what quantity the goods and service should be produced by the producer. Producer should produce gun, butter, cloth, whether any other thing. That is one of the problem of every economy which faced by the producer. Producer here face the problem of choice of the goods should be produced, as we have understand in the last the problem of choice. Here the same problem of choice occurs with the producer, means which goods should they produce for the consumers. Another problem is how to produce. How to produce is closely related with the technique of production, means which technique should be used to produce. Say there are two types of techniques by which goods and service are produced. One is labor intensive and another is capital intensive. Labor intensive technique is a such technique where the labor are used in larger quantity, and capital intensive technique is the technique which is used by the producer with larger amount of capital. For example, to make cloth कपड़े बनाने के लिए we can use handloom technique, that is labor intensive technique, means हाथ से बनाएंगे, so we need more labor. And other way is cap loom or machine loom technique. That in that technique the capital is required, as there are machineries which should be produced by the or should be purchased by the producer to produce the cloth. So we can use both the techniques, handloom or handloom technique by the producer. If he go with the labor intensive or whether he can go with the capital intensive. लेबर इंटेंसिव में जाएंगे, हैंडलूम हाथ से बनाएंगे तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लेबर लगेंगे, और अगर जो कैपिटल इंटेंसिव में जाएंगे तो उनको मशीनरी ज़्यादा परचेज करनी पड़ेगी, बड़ी मशीनरी परचेज करनी पड़ेगी, मतलब कैपिटल ज़्यादा इन्वेस्ट करनी पड़ेगी. तो हियर हाउ टू प्रोड्यूस में है क्या, टेक्निक ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ टेक्निक ऑफ प्रोडक्शन. एंड फॉर whom टू प्रोड्यूस, किसके लिए बना रहे हैं, that is one another big problem for the producer. Means the targeted group, the group of the consumer for whom the producer has to produce. They are producing for middle class or for lower class or for higher class, or they are producing for male or they are producing for female. They are producing for senior citizens or they are producing for young or for children's. This is also one of the problems. Means for whom to produce, means who are the consumer. They must understand who are the consumer. And as we know, for every individual consumer or for individual category of consumer, a producer has to produce different kinds of product. And along with that, there are three more problems are also known as center problem, which is faced by almost every economy in the world. First is fuller utilization of resources. See, in every economy face the fuller utilization of resources, such as fuller utilization of the people who are unemployed, ideal time of the machinery, these are not fully employed, such as there are 1000 people who are capable to perform the work in an economy. Suppose that 1000 लोग हैं जो काम कर सकते हैं. Here, if an economy employed only 800 people, means 200 people are still unemployed. तो unemployment की problem आ रही है. Unemployment की problem को हम क्या कहते हैं, fuller utilization of resources. Means the resources are not fully employed. Human resource are available 1000, but out of 1000 only 800 are employed and 200 are still unemployed. Another thing is efficient use of the resources. The resources which are used by the producer must be efficiently used. Means there must be less wastage of the product. Often we know when we production sometimes or often there wastage occurs in the process of production. So this is another problem, another big problem for every economy to reduce that wastage of the resource. And the last problem is economic growth. The last center problem is that economic growth. Every economy face the problem of economic growth, means year by year the challenge for every economy is to increase the production capacity or producing capacity or increasing the GDP of the country, GDP of the economy. So these are the central or basic problem of the economy which every economy face. First is what to produce, that is concerned with the which type of goods should be produced and how much quantity should be produced. Another thing was how to produce, that is concerned with the technique of production. We know there are two types of technique, labor intensive and capital intensive. Which technique should be used for production? And third is for whom to produce, means which group of consumer is targeted by the producer to produce the goods and service. And along with that there are three more problems. Fuller utilization of resources, means the resources which are unemployed must be employed. That is the challenge for every economy. Efficient use of resources means reducing the wastage in the process of production of goods and services. And economic growth, to attain economic growth year by year, increasing the rate of GDP, increasing the productive capacity of the country.